Hey Maddie, this is Mrs. Skoglund. Just wanted to give you a little bit of feedback on your summer assignment. So we're mostly going to talk through the chapter 1 questions since that was what you starred, but I'll kind of reference some other parts of your project as we're talking as well. So to start off, the first thing I look for in a formal paragraph is a topic sentence that would ideally answer the question concisely and sort of preview what's going to come in the paragraph. I thought you did a great job of having topic sentences throughout, Maddie. I like how in this paragraph when you're talking about how the brain, each side of the brain works together, I like how you said they specialize in different areas of thinking. So you answered the question, but you didn't give so much detail that you gave away what was going to come in the rest of the paragraph. It was still concise. So that was really great. I actually look at the end next to your concluding sentence because that should sort of almost reflect this first sentence and go back to the question. The only reason I didn't give you a 10 on these, Maddie, because they were really good, is just I would like to see you maybe take these a step further and rather than just sort of summarize the topic sentence in a different way, maybe if you could get to a little bit of the significance or the importance. So, why is it so important that we have these different hemispheres? Give me a little bit of that to end on a strong note. Okay, but well done so far. Next, I looked at your evidence. I thought you did a good job selecting evidence to actually have different things to talk about in both of your sections of the paragraph, so that was good. And you're also doing a pretty good job of embedding or integrating quotes into your writing. So here you have overall the left hemisphere handles what is said, blah, blah, blah. So I like that because even with the quotes, this piece of evidence flows nicely in your own writing. The only reason I didn't give you a 10, Maddie, is just because sometimes when you were starting off the quote, it was just a little brief, like this one just has one word of your own writing. So I almost wished you would have said something like, overall, pink gives, context to the brain in that the left handles, that kind of thing. So it's just weighted with a little bit more of your writing. And that's something we'll work on for sure. Next, I looked at commentary. I think you are doing a great job here. You're not just summarizing the quote. And what I really like about your commentary, Maddie, especially in this paragraph, is that you don't feel limited just to one sentence. You have multiple sentences to explain what you mean, and I thought that was really great. I like how you gave this example of a text message as well. That really helped me understand what you meant by, the left hemisphere is text and the right is context. So good job on that. Next, I looked at in-text citations, which are perfect, and conventions, and I actually want to commend you on that too, because usually I don't give 10s on conventions because there's usually something wrong, but you really had, I can tell you very carefully proofread and really went through and worked hard on this. You even used some of these words like every day and affected correctly, and I don't see that or don't see those used a lot correctly, so really good job. Last thing, I just wanted to comment on your R-directed activities, which you did a nice job on as well. I was kind of drawn to this one in story with this TED Talk that you watched, because I've actually also watched this TED Talk called Grit by Angela Duckworth, and I think it's a super interesting talk. I know when I watched it, it definitely gave me some things to think about, just, I think just in terms of why some people are able to get through things and others aren't. So I just kind of I thought it was really interesting, and so I was glad to see that you watched it too. Anyway, really nice work. Just wanted to give you some feedback.